So I got to go to the dental surgeon finally. And this is surgery, full-out surgery. He's got to put the posts in to have the teeth, and he's got to bolt in, and I'm a car guy, so I'm like, you can use SAE or metric. And he's from Sudan. He's like, nobody in the world uses SAE. You Americans are so arrogant. Do not joke with a man about to cut open your face. So they prep me for surgery. Here's how they prep me for surgery. They lay me on a table and throw a giant napkin over me. And I'm prepped. And that pissed me off, because I know how much this costs. Give me some pageantry. Stick some tubes in my arm with colored water. I want some beeping shit. Let's go. I'm like, don't I need to get naked? No, nobody's getting naked. Stop asking. If you can get naked, nobody is getting naked. Fine, you're lost, bro. And then they give me the nitrous. I love nitrous, by the way. My first experience with nitrous, I was 14 years old. I worked at PJ's Ice Cream Parlor, where I was Darth Vader at little kids' birthday parties. Just traumatized many children. Yes, I did. But my manager was way older than me, Steve. He was 19. And he would gather up all the whipped cream containers at the end of the night, and we would get basted when we closed and when we were open. And I got to be honest with you, I have an addictive personality, but nitrous doesn't do it. I float, I feel good, I could live there. And I did until I was fired from that job for being high on nitrous as Darth Vader. Because parents paid extras for Darth Vader, and they didn't like that he giggled. Happy birthday, Timmy. So he gives me nitrous, and he also injects my jaw with like 10 different needles. I had never had a molar removed. I'd never had any kind of surgery like that at all. And anyone had it because it's horrible. I would rather have a kidney transplant. It was so bad. You know why? Because the molar in the back of your mouth is a lie from Jesus. Oh, look in the mirror. It's a tiny little tooth back there. Oh, look, you did, look, they don't tell you that underneath the gum line is a Titanic sinking iceberg-sized piece of enamel that reaches down into your chest and upper fucking soul. And he's got these tools in my mouth, and my head's going back and forth, my giant noggin, you know, and he can't get it out because for some reason Drifty ain't wandering today. And he keeps switching out to bigger tools. And at one point, I'm like, those are not from this century. Those are oil rig pliers. What are you doing? And he kept switching out. And finally, and this is when I got scared, I hear noises in my head that I only hear in bridge demolition. Yeah, just crack, crack. And then finally, one snap, crackle, pop, and he pulls it out. And this thing, he pulled it. The man pulled a garden gnome out of my face. And then he shows it to me. And I don't know the etiquette here, and I'm high. So I applaud. And then he's got to clean out the hole where Drifty was, so he starts digging around. And after about 2 minutes, my ear goes like I was ordering at a drive-thru McDonald's in 1972. And I said, "Hey, who are you? What are you do?" And he says, "Yes." "Nick, okay." And he goes, "Oh, wow. There's a nerve that goes to your ear right past there. I'm probably hitting it." "Probably? No, you definitely hit it. You hit it. You know what? I would love to see you report card right now. Let me guess. C minus? But I got to let him finish. You know, he's got to do it. He's got to put the cadaver bone in, and it's ready because it's on the tray next to me, and it's got a head on it. And he goes, I will tell you what. I will give you some more nitros. And I applaud. And what I'm about to explain to you is the weirdest experience of my entire life. And I've had a weird life. He cranks the nitrous up. I get higher and higher. Next thing I know, I'm out. Next thing I know, I'm standing outside my body looking at me on the operating table. And I'm glad I wasn't naked because I thought I looked a little fat. And what I'm about to explain to you is the weirdest experience of my entire life. And I've had a weird life. He cranks the nitrous up. I get higher and higher. Next thing I know, I'm out. Next thing I know, I'm standing outside my body looking at me on the operating table. And I'm glad I wasn't naked because I thought I looked a little fat. And I was floating. And I was floating in the dentist's office. And I floated to the ceiling. I'm not making this up, people. I went through the entire building. Next thing I know, I was floating above Los Angeles. I had died and become a drone. And I'm not making this up, people. I kept going. I went through the sky. I went through the clouds. Next thing I know, I was in deep space. And I could see all the planets and all the stars and the entire universe end to end. And I thought, my God, I picked the wrong dentist. And I could see the earth in the distance, and it was so tiny in the universe. It's so small compared to the universe. And I was like, that's a cute little earth. And I realized there was 8 billion people on that planet. This all happened in my head, by the way. 8 billion people. And before us, there was 8 billion that are dead. And after we're dead, there's going to be 8 billion more. And there was billions of years before we existed, and there's going to be billions of years after we're extinct. And I thought, whoa, I wonder if my iWatch will track that. And I had this weird realization that nothing matters. Nothing's important. Nothing matters. Everything I've done in my life, just dog piss in the wind. Sorry, I'm not a cat person. Do you get that? Nothing matters. It's so weird. It was such a freeing moment, man. I was like, whoa, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is my 10th comedy special. And even if these were the best words ever written, and they are so not, it's just going to be forgotten one day. Some of you will forget it on the way home. And none of us is going to be remembered. Think about it. We remember maybe 300 people through history. And we don't remember the important people, do we? The guy who invented socks, important guy. Ever put on a fresh pair? Oh. How about the hot shower guy? Guy who invented the hot shower? Anybody who invented something we all get into and go, oh. We need to name a continent after that guy. But all forgotten and meaningless and gone. And I thought, well, if that's the case, then why do I have anxiety all the time? Why am I worried about tomorrow and next week and next month? And I'm imagining crazy shit that has never happened in all the time I've worried about stuff. Why am I pissed about the past when I can't change it anyway? Why am I in my own car with the windows up yelling at traffic by myself? All Prius drivers can't be douchebags. Why aren't I just fucking happy? But in space, no one can hear you scream. Fuck nuts? How small are you? That you need to hang a giant set of fake testicles off your pickup. It's vagina repellent. See the lady. And you know damn well, a woman did not invent truckness. That was all dude. And it makes me laugh because he had to have an investor meeting. It's great to be here at Deutsche Bank. What do I have? Hold up. Ka-bank. Balls for cars. I only have so much stock, gentlemen. Who's it? He also had to have a design meeting. Whose did they use? Did they have auditions? All right, you guys are the finalists. I want you to know there's no losers here. Just want to point out, all I did was this. You guys saw balls. That's all I'm saying. That's on you. I mean, is that guy's dad proud of him? Dad, look what I did. Wow, these are giant fake testicles with fake veins on them and everything. I'm going to sell them. To women? No, Dad. To men. You're going to sell giant, veiny, fake testicles to men. It's brilliant, right? Well, son, all I can say is you obviously give 0 fucks. I just hate this phrase so much, man. Anytime